Now look how much this does with Arlene's help. This is a huge nuke. Oh my god, 81k. Did you see that damage? Hey, what's going on YouTube? I recently came back to Seven Knights to check out the reboot version and see what the fuss is about. And yeah, I've been really enjoying it so far. I really like how they simplified everything for the most part, yeah. It's been really a cool experience. The reason I wanted to make this video is that I've been playing for 3 days and I reached the Platinum rank 1 with a 66% win rate. But recently I've been winning most of my games. I wanted to show you a really cool team that I just made, I just came up with. I call it the Unkillable Demon Undead team. And you'll see it's actually pretty freaking amazing. I have 3 undead heroes with Tio, Chris and Sylvester. And I also have 2 revival heroes, which is the Wukong and Eileen. Now the idea with Eileen and Wukong is that you want to get them to be as tanky as possible, and also Sylvester as well. You want all 3 of these heroes to be as tanky as possible. Now I'm not sure which one you want to make the defense hero, but that's up to experimentation. But with a offense hero, it definitely has to be Tio, and make sure you get the speed up to the maximum that you can. Now I'll go over the items in more detail later on, but let me show you how it all works.
I don't need to obey destiny. Darkness engulfed in light. Awaken. Can't stop me.
I think my Arlene is bugged. Okay, there, it's fixed now. So my speed means that I go first, and it's pretty simple, you know. Eileen really buffs Tio's attack, and she does so much damage.
Darkness engulfed in light. Awaken. You cannot escape heaven's.
Yeah, the thing is, Eileen and Wukong's skill sets aren't the best. And also Sylvester sometimes is not the best with one enemy. But he really makes it up with his awakened skill and this one as well. He can wipe an entire team with his awakened skill. I mean, I've seen it do like around 60k as well. So that's a lot of damage. I mean, 60k being in the front, imagine that. So now you kind of understand the logic behind this team, is that everything like that's behind, like I have Chris and Tio as the backliners. So the point of this formation, I mean of this team, is trying to make it that it's really hard to get to the back of the enemy. They have to go through like 2 revivers and 1 undead tank to get to my back line. You see how my tier is not even scratched right now? That just shows you the power of the team. And maybe he got to my Chris, but you know, my tier is not even scratched. And Tio is really a strong duelist against the Chris that you know, every person and their mom run a Chris right now. So the point of this competition is to counter the Chris, and Tio can counter a Chris provided that she, you know, survives, because she has a, or he or she has a buff reducing move that's actually really good. So yeah, if Tio survives till the end, she can really go hand to hand or toe to toe against Chris. And the other point I want to make is that in this meta, right, there's not a lot of counters for the undead team. Like before there was Kyle, right, that got rid of the undead really easily. Or there's like massive turn reducers, like you have massive AoE abilities, like whole team abilities that reduces your team's buff turn by like 3 turns. So now they got rid of that. And like the strongest one that I've seen is actually like Tio's. I'm not sure if there's anyone else's right now, but the point is there's not a lot of counters for the undead team. So that's why I'm abusing it right now. And it's working out pretty well. Well, see, nearly 30k being the front line. And like no one ever uses him anymore. I don't know why. This is just like an awesome unit, to be honest. Alright, let's see how much this does on the front line. Whoa, nearly 30k again. My tier's not even touched right now, so I have a good chance. Yeah, well, I don't know how this is going to do in the upper tiers, but I should find out really soon. The way this is climbing. I just climbed like nearly 200 points. 200 points really quickly. We're like 90% win rate, by the way.
I'll find a way to save us. I don't need to obey destiny. I don't need to obey destiny.
I'm not diamond yet. Okay. So the point of Eileen is that although she only supports 2 other units beside herself, it's like really good enough because it's the back line, and also she's a tank by herself if you build her like one. So definitely a great all-rounder to support the team. Now look how much this does with Eileen's help. This is a huge nuke. Oh my god, 81k. Did you see that damage? Holy shit, 81k.
The Grim Reaper emerges.
I'll show you the real.
Get out of my way.
Now it's important to build the anti-death for all of your undead units. Like, if there's a limit break trait that I recommend, it's the anti-death for all three of them. Now the revival units, they don't need it as much because when you revive, you naturally get rid of the death buff on yourself. So yeah, you don't need it that much.
Your death is imminent.
But if you get it on your, undead units, they only have 1 life, so death buff is definitely the counter for that. So you see, it's really hard to get to my back line. It's really hard. Still, like, I have 2 surviving backliners. And yeah, it abuses the fact that there's not a lot of full team nukes in this meta as well. So that means it's really hard to get to the back line.
I will break the boundary of the abyss.
So given how hard it is to get to the back line, my back line undead units are going to survive until the end of the match, usually. And if they survive till the end of the match, they should be able to outduel a Chris. That's the whole logic.
I will protect what I hold dear.
So my items aren't the best, and my jewels as well, but this is the kind of defensive setup that you want to go for. Actually, make sure that these jewels are all blue ones as well, not these random colors as well.
With this sword, I will end the evil.
And you obviously want a better, like, accessory. Probably something like this one, like a willful ring that hides for 7 turns, ideally.
With this sword, I will end the evil.
Speed attack is good on TO. And you can go for awakening gauge as well, which is nice.
I will purify the power.
Sylvester, make sure to go for defensive stats like this, block and damage reduction, and both blocks as well. Yeah, make sure to go for the anti-death limit break on all of your undead heroes.
I don't need to obey destiny.
This is not the best setup as well. The other ones are better for the blocking ones. And the last hero is Chris, right?
I'll find a way to save us.
Yeah, I like the increased skill use on him. At my tier anyway, because there's a lot of people with not much death resist. And there's just standard stuff. Alright, so that was the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. And leave a comment and some feedback. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.